Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have no fear. Your friendly neighborhood light-skinned man is here. And in today's video, we are reacting to He Just Got Exposed. Where's my boom at? Hold up. Let me fix the boom real quick. Oh, it's not trying to work. I guess we have no boom today, guys. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, lawsuit exposes. He just got exposed. My boy Drizzy Drake. It's not looking good for Aubrey Graham and Adin Ross. Looks like yeah, it's not looking like good news. With that being said, let's get done yapping against the video and see what happens to that boy.
Day for Drake and his partners over there at stake, including Adin Ross. We don't know who Adin is. According to this is
XP. Here we go.
very bad for him. He's been hit with a RICO. A RICO is basically like a criminal case.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems like Rico's ain't hitting the same what they did back in the day. You know, when Thug beat his RICO, like maybe it's like maybe Drake could beat it. Who knows?
It's where the head honcho, you know, the leader, in this case maybe Drake, and his little peons below him can all be swept up on criminal charges because they're a part of a quote-unquote criminal organization. This was, I believe, a law created in New York City for the mob and other crime families and organizations, because typically the head honcho would, you know, have his little goons. Pause. Goons used to be a different word. Goons used to have a completely different meaning, but basically they would let their goons, their little minions, do the dirty work for them, kill somebody, rob somebody. That way they wouldn't get pinned with a crime. Essentially, they would be untouchable until RICO came into effect. And basically, from then on there, if you hired someone to do the dirty work for you and law enforcement could prove it, you were pretty much catching the same charges. So with that little explanation out the way, Drake has been hit with a RICO lawsuit over alleged gambling scheme with stake. Additionally, other outlets via the Rolling Stone say Drake and Adin Ross used online casino money for artificial streams, lawsuit claims. So apparently he was using stake or feature on there, the tipping feature, to artificially boost music streams, which sounds kind of weird. But anyways, I'm gonna get into this article now from Complex.
Aubrey Drake Graham, what do you need to boost streams for? Like, I might even say, was truly the boy. Like, there's no need. Oh, there we go. We finally fixed the boom. Kinda fixed it. Whatever. But yeah, Drake Graham, like, what do you need to boost your streams for? You're already like the biggest. I don't know. It makes weird.
They say Drake and Adin Ross are being sued over their promotion of stake. The federal class action lawsuit, as reviewed by Complex, was filed in Virginia on Wednesday, December 31st, so for the new year. It claims that the website is operating as one of the largest and most profitable illegal online casinos since at least 2022. And guys, I'm not entirely sure about that. I thought Stake was a verified online gambling website. I wasn't aware that it was quote-unquote operating as one of the most profitable illegal online casinos. Like, isn't it just one of those websites where you can gamble and play games as long as you submit your ID? Again, this may be a mischaracterization of the company from the plaintiffs. They say plaintiffs Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines allege that stake misleads consumers while allowing real money wagering disguised as virtual currency play. The platform supposedly advertises that it does not, and I quote, offer real money gambling, and that, and I quote, no purchase or payment is necessary to participate or play stake games. And if so, that is crazy, because I was under the impression that people were uploading real money to their accounts via a debit.
I thought we all did. I thought we were all. Well, I mean, Adin and Drake, like, well, we didn't. We know they weren't betting real money, but like everybody else, yeah, I thought this was like you just upload a gambling website. That's what we were all under the impression of.
Or credit card and gambling. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's what this stake is about, no? They also say, and that it provides the ultimate social, safe, and free gaming experience. So you're telling me Stake was marketing their platform as some kind of free gaming experience this entire time? Because if so, holy shit, they might
did a horrible job if that's the case, bro.
End up going down, I'm not gonna lie. But the article goes on to say, but the complaint says these statements are false because users buy gold coins that are always bundled with stake cash, which can be cashed out 1-to-1 for US dollars. Interesting. So this is a little elaborate scheme. So they may be selling gold coins, right? Like actual gold coins backed by US dollars in some kind of reserve somewhere. But like they say, when they purchase a gold bullion or coin, it sneakily comes along with quote unquote stake state cash to avoid legal liabilities for gambling online, which may have prevented them from actually marketing themselves on various websites. Because I'm not entirely sure if you're classified as a gambling website with real money if you can advertise on places like YouTube or Twitter. Huh, that is interesting how that possible loophole exists. And I'm pretty sure these guys have made billions of dollars by now. Like, I think Stake is worth like $10 billion at this point. And of course, I believe like Stake has lobbyists, like they lobby on their behalf. Every successful billion-dollar company does that, right? To make sure politicians don't look into their company, right? You gotta grease the pockets of people in power. That's how that works. If you want to stay in business, that is. Not always, but oftentimes this is the case to keep people off your back. Anyway, they say Drake and Ross are characterized in the lawsuit as, and I quote, zealous and I quote, paid promoters of the platform with incentives to mask the true nature and extent of their conduct. So this is how Adin Ross got filthy fucking rich off of streaming. Makes sense. It actually makes sense. I always wondered how Adin Ross got so rich. Huh. Stake has been likely paying Adin Ross hundreds of millions of dollars since their inception.
Hundreds of millions? I thought Adin was just at like, I wouldn't think Adin Ross has hundreds of millions. I would have thought like maybe 100, 150. Hundreds though? Hundreds is insane.
Promote the quote-unquote free gambling experience that they have on their website. In any case, the article goes on to say the two have engaged in live-streamed gambling, wagering large sums of money that was provided surreptitiously by Stake, meaning in a very sneaky or
surreptitiously. It's one hell of a word, man.
sly way as to go undetected. Read from an excerpt of the lawsuit. In other words, though Drake and Ross purported to be gambling with their own stake cash, it was in fact provided to them by the house. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I already think gambling is a scam in and of itself. Even online gambling, offline gambling, I mean, casinos in Vegas, Atlantic City, Miami, or wherever else casinos exist. Bro, it's a scam. And if you start to win too much money against the house, they will literally ban you from casinos just for being good at the game. It happens all the time. They don't mind you losing a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, taking out.
Oh God, they don't give a fuck how much money you lose. But you start winning too much. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah, ban him. He's getting too much money. We can't have him in here. Get him out of here. He's making too much goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? I had a homie. He went to the casino the other day. He went in there with. Tell me how he went in there with $500 and got waxed for 2 beds. How do you even do that? How do you walk? It wasn't like 500. It was 500 cash. You mean tell me you walked through with $500 cash, and in a span of 2 to 3 hours, you quadrupled the amount of money you lost? Insane, bro.
Alone from your house and destroying your entire life. They will gladly take your money. But as soon as you start to win, as soon as the tides start to turn and you're winning hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're gonna ban you. So in all honesty, I think casinos should just go out of business because there's just no way to operate. That's weird. It's fraudulent activity and I don't like it. If you want to take my money happily, you should be willing to lose your money happily too. Anyway.
But at the same time, I will say with that, it's nobody putting a gun in your head though. To be like, come gamble us money. Nobody's putting a switch to your head and be like, gamble us money. Or we gonna switch you down. No, nobody's doing that. You know what I'm saying? You willingly go in there and be like, hey, I could make money, but I could also lose all this money. That's your choice. Nobody's forcing you to go in there. So if you're stupid enough to go in there and spend money you don't really have, I mean, is it really on them or is it on you? That's like saying people who sell guns, hey, we sell them. Like, if you buy them and you go shoot a person with this, like, that's not on us. You know, we supply them. That doesn't mean you have to come buy one though, or that doesn't mean you have to go shoot somebody with it, though. But we supply it though. Like, we offer a space where yes, you can go and we can take all your money if you want us to do that. But we're not forcing you to come in here and do that. So
The complaint also claims Steak's internal, and I quote, tipping system was used by Drake, Adin Ross, and Nugan, I think how you pronounce it, to move large sums of money, including a public $100,000 tip between Drake and Ross to fund, and I quote, artificial streaming botting to create fraudulent streams of Drake's music. Oh, wow. So, to my understanding, the money that Drake or Adin Ross may have been getting from Steak may have been used to buy bots for Drake's music. I mean, that wouldn't be shocking. I mean, pretty much all artists use bots or have used bots in the past, except for Taylor Swift, because, you know, she's Taylor, and possibly excluding the Weeknd music. I mean, that wouldn't be shocking. I mean, pretty much all artists use bots or have used bots in the past, except for Taylor Swift, because, you know, she's Taylor, and possibly excluding the Weeknd because he's the Weeknd. But yeah, they say this was in an effort to fabricate popularity, disparage competitors and music label executives, distort recommendation algorithms, and distribute financing for all of the foregoing while concealing the flow of funds. Wow. Both plaintiffs say they lost money after being misled and seek damages, penalties, and an order stopping the conduct. Drake, who reportedly signed a $100 million endorsement deal with Steak in 2022, was also named as a defendant in the two Steak-related lawsuits, both filed in October of 2025, just days apart. Ross was also named a defendant in the aforementioned October lawsuits. He responded to the lawsuits during a live stream, calling them effing bullshit.
L fucking mans.
Sounds like an Adin Ross answer.
Guys, there's nothing to talk about regarding the title, regarding what's going on with Mess. You guys can look into it. I will tell you guys this. Read through the case yourself. It's fucking bullshit. To me, it seems like somebody, if you guys can see what Asmongold said, because someone sent that to me, it's literally true. Like, just watch the Asmongold thing. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
So yeah, Adin Ross basically says, this is bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? I think basically what this boils down to is two disgruntled employees that were basically scammed. I don't know why Steak didn't inform their employees that they allegedly, possibly, reportedly are running some kind of fraudulent gambling website that you could actually lose real money from. I'm not entirely sure how their business model works to the T, but I have a basic understanding now. Basically, they sell gold coins or gold backed by US dollars bundled with Steak cash, of which you can use to quote unquote gamble for free, but in reality you're actually still using real money, although not directly for Steak cash, but indirectly by buying gold and being packaged with Steak cash. Pretty neat loophole, technically not illegal. Kind of reminds me of what they used to do in the music industry, which is now banned, like selling merchandise bundled with, I think, vinyls to boost music sales. I think Travis Scott did it, The Weeknd did it, Drake, and I think even Taylor Swift did it. And I think Billboard or one of these other music number counting agencies banned it because they saw the finesse. And Steak is probably going to be caught up in a situation to where that loophole is now banned. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you
Well, like I said, what do y'all think about this video? Y'all think they gonna take down the boy, big Drizzy Drake, big OVO, big Six Guys? You know what I'm saying? Y'all think he gonna get locked up for this or not? I don't think he's gonna get locked up. I feel like Steak, yeah, they're gonna do something to finesse that though. But Drake, I don't see nothing happen. But yeah, we gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all boys at the next one.